Hello and welcome to day 87 of the 100-Day Project. Today I wanted to pull out some fabric and make a couple fabric flips. These could easily be turned into little pockets as well. But yeah, I wanted to have a couple of these in my journal, so I thought let's do this as a page idea. Any fabric will work. And I'm sure you've seen fabric flips before, lots and lots of videos about them, but I just love them, so I thought, all right, let's add them. So I've cut down a page, and here's the other half that we could use, and we're just gonna pick some fabrics and then maybe change it up, and we'll add a pocket to the next one we make. Okay, so let's see. I did a pink one. So maybe we use some red fabric. This would be fun. And maybe the ledger. Okay. So first you're going to pick your fabric, and then this is also a great thing to do if you have fabric scraps. And I'm just going to cut my fabric to the size of the pocket that I want, and I'm just going to be easy, and right where the lines are, the creases are on this fabric, that's where I'm going to cut, just to make my life a little bit easier. If you have a roller fabric cutter, what is it called? That would also be easier. You might want to get a straighter line than what I'm doing here. But I think for the fabric flips, if they're a little bit raggedy, I don't know, I think they look fun. Alright, so here's a piece. And then here's my other. Oh, you know what? I sewed it together. Okay, so this fabric is white on one side. So I'm going to take a second piece and put it on the back so that you can, see either side. Now you could vary this. You could have, a whole fabric collage. You could do all kinds of things. But I'm going to have my front and then my back. Okay. So as I was saying, you want, to have a backing. I guess you wouldn't necessarily have to, because you're just going to flip it up and down. But I think it's kind of fun to have a back. Man, these scissors are they're nice fabric scissors. They have not been tainted by other non-fabric things yet, which is nice. All right, so now I have our two pieces. And it's going to go like this. So if I wanted, right now, I could trim it up so that they kind of match. Or you can do your sewing and then trim it up. I like this rough edge, so I don't think I want to trim any of that off, but I'm going to trim the fabric behind a little bit. Okay. And then let's check. I don't think I want, well, we'll use it for now, but I might add this to a different page. So this is almost a little too wide for my page. So how about we trim a bit more? I could flip it and go this way, but I'm just going to trim a little bit more. All right, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so then I said let's add a pocket. So let's get a different Maybe this one would be fun. Trim a little bit off of this. And then, how big do we want our pocket? Something like that. Okay. And then on the other one, I had this. I mean, do we want a pocket and that? I think just a pocket would be cute. Okay. I am going to glue this on some cardstock. You could use, I don't know what it's called, fabric fuse or something like that. If this one's not open yet. I have a brand new Fabri-Tac bottle, not opened. Oh my gosh, that makes my day. But I don't want to get out my iron. Go set up my ironing board. So I'm just going to glue it on to a piece of cardstock. And that will just kind of help it be a little more structural. Yeah. Make sure not to use my fabric scissors. And it makes cutting it a little bit easier. Okay, not totally square, but all right, so that will go like that. And I think it would be cute to make a little fabric tag to go in the pocket. So I'm going to use the same cardstock. Let's pick another fabric. How about the map? Okay, so let's glue some of this. Cut this down just a little bit. And glue that here. My tag's going to be much smaller than this, but I'm just going to glue it on and then cut it down. Okay, let's trim. That might be better. All right, so look at there. It's about 2 inches. So I think if I do maybe 1.5 across, that might be a good idea because of the glue going around the edge. Maybe even a little in from 2.5. So I'm just gonna kind of mark what that is. Again, I'm okay with wonky, but if wonky bothers you, then you might want to, you know, try for straighter lines. I'm going to cut across here, and then I'm going to trim off my corners. Yeah. And then I'm going to take this to my sewing machine when I'm all ready. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be our flip. It has our other fabric behind. We have our pocket. And we'll have our little tag. And then maybe we want to add something fun to the pocket. I have a little scrap here. This is just the cutoff from the other fabric. That might be fun. couple of these strips. Yeah, so that. All right, I'm gonna trim off this little piece right here. And then let's glue these on. Can you hear my dog snoring? Either one is wanting to go in and out, and the other one is snoring. They have very different personalities. One is super chill. He's an older guy. Okay, what do you think? I think that's kind of fun. I want to trim a little off. Okay, is that, are we going to be able to see that? Or do we need a lighter? What about this one? Or I think I'm going to do another tag with this fabric because I don't feel like this is really popping, right? Okay, now let's see. So we're going to have this, and then, yeah, I like that better. Do you? That kind of blends in and that pops. I think I like. So we have that. Oh, and then we need our topper. You don't have to do a topper, but like this would be pretty. I'm going to go here, and then I could do the zigzag stitch on the top. That. Okay, so I think I'm about ready to take this to my sewing machine. I think it would also be fun if you stitched on the 3 sides and then this became a little fabric pocket. That'd be kind of cute too. Okay, so I am going to zigzag stitch up here, and then I'm going to stitch around the 3 edges, and then I'm going to stitch around here, and I might do some funky just stitch through the lines right there, and then around my tag. Okay, here are the pieces to the sewing around that. Like how that turned out. Here's our little tag, so cute, and then here's our little pocket, and I think it would be fun if the edge is frayed, so I'm okay with that. And then let's glue the pocket on. That'll go right there, and then let's add a tiny tag topper. So cute. So tiny. And then how about we add a fun label near that. Cute. Alright, I don't think I'm going to glue this one onto a page yet since I'm not sure which one. I think I need to print out some more red papers too. So, but there is a quick little fabric flip. I also made this one. And then here is our sample. Cute. All right, grab your fabrics and make, these are pretty easy to come together, really fun, and you can use your scraps. I mean, it would be really fun. I could go and continue and make a fabric flip with these scraps as well. That'd be really cute. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget the teal palette kit is coming out very soon. Monday. It might even come out a little earlier. We will see. And the green palette kit is listed in my shop now. And if you're signed up for the newsletter, there's the June coupon code and you'll get 20% off your order. All right, have a wonderfully crafty day. Bye.